Good morning. All right, let's leave a few people to kind of jump on here. If you are here, make a little note so that I know that you're here, so I'm not just talking to myself and twiddling my thumbs. But today is a very, very easy event. I'm just going to be running through an AMA. So any questions, concerns, issues that you have, you can ask me. So, we're here on StreamYard. So StreamYard is throwing us over. Actually, let's answer that one first of all. My favorite video conferencing tool isn't Zoom, it's StreamYard. I prefer StreamYard because I can sync it with multiple platforms. If you've got a StreamYard account and it's on Pro, you can throw it over onto all of them up to a certain number. I think it may be 5. I've got it on my Speakeasy private Facebook community. I've got it on an Entrepreneur's Advantage with Steve Sims, which is a free Facebook group. If you're watching me from an Entrepreneur's Advantage Facebook group, hey, folks, if you're not a member of an Entrepreneur's Advantage Facebook group, join there. It's free of charge, and it's where I do my rants. But I'm also on YouTube and on LinkedIn. So that's where I am at the moment. So I do like StreamYard. Today's a little bit different because, quite simply, most first Tuesdays and last Thursdays I run in the Speakeasy Facebook group. And to be in that group, you've either got to be a member of Sims Distillery at simsdistillery.com, shadow plug, but hey, it's my show, or you've got to have attended a Speakeasy. That's my private group over there where we go into a lot more stuff. This one, I thought what we'd do is we'd open it up to a forum. We'd open it up to you guys. So I've had a few people sending me texts, DMs, telling me what their problems are. But this is your time. We're going to spend the next 45 minutes together. You put it in your notes what your problem is, and you can start doing that now. And I'm going to run through it. So I will give you my opinion, what I've been doing. If I don't have anything to say to the problem that you have, maybe it's medical, I'll see if I can get an expert involved in a future AMA that can actually answer it. But if you're wondering what I'm working on, what I'm getting involved in, anything, there's nothing off the table. Hair products, what I drink, my favorite whiskey, any of that kind of stuff. Ask it in the questions, but let's make this 45 minutes about you. Let's see how we can make you more impactful. Let's see how we can up your game. Let's see how we can get you out of the way of yourself, because we all know that 99% of our problems are you. We're not you, but you. But you know what I mean. It's us up here. We think too much, and quite often that thinking actually grounds us to a standstill. So start doing and then think about it later. As a good friend of mine, Harvey Meisel, always says, get going, then get good. All right. So we're going to go through a couple of questions, but I had one this morning, which may be quite appropriate for this video. And this video is going to be left up on YouTube, and it's going to be left up on an Entrepreneur's Advantage Facebook group, but I don't use captions. Now, someone said to me, I've noticed your video, Steve. Oh, you want to start using the caption tool. You want to start having it auto select your captions for. I don't use captions. And the reason I don't use captions is because I have a grab. I have an accent. The bottom line of it is, if it was just captions and it was just you couldn't hear me, but you could read the captions, I wouldn't be grabbing your attention so much. But I have an accent. Now, here's the funny thing. So do you. It may be Southern, it may be New York, it may be Cali, you may be from wherever you're from, but you have an accent. It's part of your grab. It's part of your assets. So use it, okay? I understand a lot of people like to have captions down there because they say, well, I don't want people can I turn the volume on, or they're at work and they should. We're not at work at the moment. We've got COVID going on. You can very easily select the audio and listen. And if it's an asset of yours, use it. Okay. Don't discount it. Don't let it put off to the side. So that was one of the things. I don't use captions because I believe my accent is another grab for you. So use it. All right. So someone's okay. So let's start going through a few. Again, this is for you. What would you consider would be your top asset or genius or special gift? Easy. Stupidity. I don't care what other people think. I don't see it as being impossible. I just go for it. Okay. I'm the idiot that just runs headfirst at a brick wall because, hey, with enough force, I'm bound to get through it. Now, I have failed a lot. I've hurt myself a lot. I have a tremendous amount of scars. But understand, your failures and your mistakes create education. That education creates experience. Experience is credibility, which is confidence, which is invoiceable. All right. So the bottom line of it is, making a mistake as you go through the ladder actually becomes an invoiceable asset for you. So my greatest asset is the fact that I'm too stupid to care. I go for stupid. So that's one of the things I do there. So hopefully that helps there. Oh, okay. What's the hardest lesson I've learned? I sold out. For anybody that has ever read my book or knows anything about me, in 1997, I got all panicky about a big event I was doing in Monaco. And I put my black t-shirt and my motorcycle keys away, and I bought a car. I bought an expensive watch, and I bought a tailor-made suit. And I still have pictures of me at a party. I got a picture of me at a bar with Sylvester Stallone and Arnold Schwarzenegger, because they were the two biggest Hollywood actors at the time. And I realized I got loads of photographs of a party that I wasn't at. This persona was, this guy trying to show off was. And I vowed I will never, ever not show up at an event. It's going to be me. You are going to find me impossible to misunderstand. Write that down. There's a difference between being easy to understand and impossible to misunderstand. I want you to be the latter. Always be impossible to misunderstand. All right, so there you go. We're going to go through these thick and fast. So you got a question, bung it in now. Robert says, hey, Steve, when I start a project, my mind immediately goes, what's going to go wrong mode? Hate that. What suggestions do you have for me? I don't. Okay. Here's the beautiful thing. Every time I love a concept, it screwed me up. Entering into a project cynical and skeptical has protected me. And my kids and family would tell you this. When I got the contract for Sir Elton John's Oscar party, I say this out loud. Okay, I hate this. Now force me to love it. I enter into every deal hating the deal. It's like I enter into a relationship thinking it's going to end up in divorce. Now, how do I make sure it doesn't? I actually walk into it. But the key is I walk in. The downside I'm worried about here, Robert, is that you're going to be spending so much time planning what's going to go wrong, you'll never get going. Okay? So go into a project cynical, go into a project scared, aware. Having your guard up is never a bad thing, but not get going is a bad thing. So make sure you do that one. That's it. Hopefully that helps you there on that one. All right. Right, so we've got Amy here. Hey, Amy, how you doing? Good girl. Speakeasy member there. What do I do first to get me a paid speaking gig? Well, you stop talking like that, okay? Because what you're focusing on there is you getting paid, okay? What you got to do is focus on what value you bring to your crowd. I go to events. I connect. I should rephrase that. I connect with events that are going on, whether it be by email or whether it be by DM. And I contact them and I go, hey, I see you've got an event going on. May I simply ask you, what are you trying to have the crowd leave with that's important to you? What's the one thing they want to have in their mind? I ask about the event and then I reverse myself. I'm glad you said that. Relationships. I've been speaking about relationships for 20 years. Would me being on stage help you gain that impact you want as they walk out the back door? So the first thing, before you ask about a paid speaking gig, ask about the gig and reverse yourself in. That's done me very, very well. But you really want to ask the people, what is the impact you're looking to leave the crowd? You may get some people going, oh, I'm trying to just raise leads. That may not be the right event for you, but ask about the event first and then reverse yourself in. Another one you want to think about, Amy, is what are you charging? Okay. Your time is valuable. You want to be able to put a monetary number to that. I remember when I first started doing speaking gigs, I was $5,000. I turned up at an event and I've been paid $5,000, and I thought, this is great. You know, I get to pay plus expenses. I get $5,000 and go up on stage for 45 minutes and have fun. You know, shake people up, get them uncomfortable. And the guy went up before me and he was shit. It was absolutely terrible. And he came off and he said, and I said to him, I said, how much do you charge? And he said, 10 grand. I said, fuck it, I'm 15 now because I'm 3 times better than you. And that was it. I straight away went up to 15 grand before I walked on stage because that guy was so bad and he'd got paid 10. So start to look around to other people that you compare yourself with, find out what they're charging. And if you're better, charge more. Be proud of the experience you have. All right. So I've got I did have one there just for a few seconds. Where'd it go? Brian Gulk was asking a question. Here you go. Brian, if you were to rewrite Bluefishing, what would you add today? Nothing. Okay, because it's all going in my next book, Go for Stupid. So I believe that if you don't try and fail, then you become stationary. And when things are stationary and still, they become stagnant, stink, and die. And I don't want to stink and die. So I'm constantly trying new things. When I released the book, God, that was a clusterfuck of mistakes just in launching the book that I won't replicate for book number 2. But hey, that's where the experience comes from, wasn't it? So I don't think I'd want to go back into Bluefish and kind of like put those in, because I've got so many more mistakes that I've had along the way that are going to be good for the next one. All right. So we got one here, but good to see you there, Brian. Brian actually did a brilliant Facebook AMA Live with my speakeasy crowd on facial recognition and what it tells you about what the person looks like and what it's saying before they've actually said it. So I'm always interested to see what he's thinking about me, but I don't want to ask him. Hey, Steve, I'm putting together a business plan for a business that would require funds that I currently don't have. My thought is to pitch protect. Jesus Christ, man, can you get more pitiful? Stop worrying about yourself there, okay? Change that, okay? I've got a business plan that can help people, that can create impact. I just need to find people that want to share that journey with me. Twist it. That entire pitch there was based on how bad it is for you and how you need the money and how that. No, you are now providing an opportunity for people to disrupt an industry, for people to make an impact. Do you want that opportunity? It's like when people say, hey, I'm going to do a small event. No, you're not. You're doing an intimate event. You know, reframe it. Look at the reframe of how you could do that. All right. You're providing an opportunity. If it can help people, you're providing a solution, not a sell. And today, people don't like to be sold to. We liked to 5 years ago. Oh, we love going into a car dealership and watching a car salesman run through his pitch. We don't like that now. We want a car. Give me a car. Cough. You know, we want a solution rather than a sale. So focus on reframing that, my friend, into a way how you are helping people gain an opportunity to solve people's problems. Look into that one. All right. Here we go. Here we go. We've got another one here. Rashmia, how are you? How do you get so many offbeat ideas to build relationship? I don't. I go back in time. You see, bottom line of it is me writing letters. That was not trendy and cool in 1985, but it's really different, wild and wacky now, isn't it? You know, send someone a fax, send someone a book. You know, here's a little thing that I started doing. When I was going to events, there were always speakers up there that would have books. Not me, but there would be always people up there with books that I could go up to and go, hey, I want to buy 20 of your books. Can you sign them? They sign them. I come back from the event. I post them out going, hey, I went to an event. It was a great event. I saw this guy speak. He wrote a book, thought it may have interested you. I've even got him to sign it. There you go, Rashmi, enjoy it. And they get a book. And they get that book thinking of you. And all of a sudden, they're like, oh, that's really nice. I'm just doing what you did in the 80s and 90s. I'm doing nothing new. There's a few little tweaks. Like I love sending Christmas cards out in July. Because let's be serious, in November and December, your insurance salesman sent one, your telephone company sent one, and you put them all up on your fireplace to make it as though you've got loads of friends, and you don't know 2/3 of them. The ones I really like are the postcards with you and your family in those ridiculous cardigans. That's stupid. But anyway, you get all of these postcards, and no one cares. I always send them out in July going, hey, you're so important to me, I wanted to be the first Christmas card that you would receive this year. It's funny. Do people not like to smile? So, Rashmi, what I'm going to ask you to do is try to challenge yourself. Do something a little bit different, but look at what they were doing in the 80s and 90s that they're not doing today and do that, okay? Here's a strange thing. Phone someone. How many people have these? And every week you get a report on how much screen time you've been using on this phone and how many times you've used the phone call. The phone is the least thing we use these things for now. Phone someone up, go, hey, Rashmi, I haven't chatted with you for a while. I wanted to know what you're up to and how I can help you. So try to do things like that. All right, I hope that helps. All right, we've got another one here. Again, we got this for another 30 minutes. Fire them over. I'm going to answer them. How would you suggest I distinguish myself when reaching out regarding incentive or leisure travel to incorporate executives or influencers who don't know me and are usually surrounded by gatekeepers? Lead with a problem and lead with obvious. Hey, how are you? My name is so-and-so. You don't know me and you probably never come across me, but I'm wondering, how happy are you with the people that provide you leisure? Okay, let's be blunt. We don't know what we don't know. So are you only being offered what they know? I would like to introduce you to a service I've spent. So lead with a problem and lead with the obvious. You don't know me and you may not know how good the people you're dealing with are. Okay. Now you can go through the gatekeeper. It's funny how many people actually like to go through the gatekeeper. Why not go in LinkedIn and contact them direct? Why not Google them on an event that they are on the chair of and go to the event and pitch them at the event? Okay. I have never in my life gone through a gatekeeper. Never gone through a gatekeeper. There's millions of ways you can contact people today that you don't need to, but so many people do. Okay. So don't go to the gatekeeper. Leave it alone. All right. So let's get to another one here. Okay. So I like this. Right. Literally just posted on my page about Christmas in July. Good. Try it. Do you know another reason I like sending Christmas cards out in July? I get them at a discount. Okay. Christmas cards in July are dead cheap. You can buy like 200 for like $20. So it's really, really cheap. So there's a little thing for you. Right. Lucas Marino with loads of DNG, PMP, oh God. Okay. When you wrote Bluefishing, did you seriously consider self-publishing, have an opinion on self-publishing? I seriously do have an opinion on self-publishing. No, I did not consider it. Anyone that knows how I wrote Bluefishing, I met someone in a bar. We ended up chatting, bang, like 2 weeks later, I got a contract. I am not the person for the average story of how I got a book. Having a book with Simon & Schuster, really loved it. Thank you very much, folks. This is the book he's talking about, Bluefishing, the Art of Making Things Happen. If you don't have it, it's the next best thing to the Bible and Harry Potter. But I just enjoyed the ride, and I like to watch what's going on. It's like when I'm being interviewed on TV. I like to do the interview and then hang around in the sound room and the audio and the video to see all the bits. I love to see how the background works. That's what I enjoyed about the publishing. That's what taught me the future books will be self-published. The world of self-published. As long as you've got a good writer or you can write well and the content's good, self-published gives you way more ability to be able to maximize it, leverage it, distribute it, edit it, change it. I can't change Bluefishing. Question came from Brian earlier. Would I change anything? I can't go in and make an edit, okay? Because I sold the rights. They own it. I don't own it. Fancy giving away your firstborn. Do you really want to do that? Well, it depends whose kids they are. But, you know, for me, yeah, I do have an opinion. Lucas, self-publish. And we should have a whole conversation on that. We had Tucker Max at one of our speakeasies that gave a very, very good argument why you shouldn't even consider being fully published. And secondly, publishing houses are having trouble. Okay. So I got a retainer that, my God, I don't think anyone would be able to get unless you were Michelle Obama. But so, yeah, I would definitely go self-publishing, and I will do again. Right. So what is it here? Okay. What does it take to get an art of making things? I think you DM'd me. If I'm right, aren't you the lady in Canada that I responded to? Because the only issue was actually the post. And I got a quote on that for you. I think I responded to you. But yeah, I'm happy to sign these, you know, so I've got no problem with that. All right, so here you go here. Parvis, good to see you, man. This was the man that helped me become American. So if any of you out there are going, shit, Steve's American now, his fault. All right. So thank you very much, man. Great guy, great attorney down in downtown LA. Nice person. So there you go. I've listened to Bluefishing on Audible. Great listen. Did you see a notable difference in professional opportunities after? Yes. You see, before that, I run an experiential concierge firm. And as everyone knows, it was my Trojan horse to hang around with affluent people. The daft thing was, I never thought I'd die doing that. I always thought it would provide me an opportunity and I would take that opportunity, but one never appeared, you know, or maybe I wasn't prepared to receive it. When the book came out, it just turned my life upside down. I've been doing speakeasies. I've traveled the world speaking. I've trained companies. We've launched Sims Media. So everything's been really great. So yes, Bluefish gave me a world of opportunities to the point that I don't do anything with Bluefish now. I'm not involved in it at all. So yeah, it does. write the right content, change people's perspectives, and you will be given a new path. So, Pervez, thank you very much for, hopefully I'm saying your name correctly. Thank you very much for that. But yes, it did very well for me. And again, thank you for making me a Yankee Doodle Dandy. Appreciate you. All right. So here we go. All right. There's a question. Okay. How many of you have social media teams answering your DMs? Okay. How distant do you want to be from the people that you work with? Okay. So I like to answer. Now, I don't answer them all. You know, I have Jess and a few other people that get in there from time to time, but I actually do like to answer it. If you send me something that's boring or self-serving, hey, Steve, I need to meet Elon Musk, you'll be put in the never going to contact file. But, you know, if you make it interesting, if you make it lighthearted, if you make it engaging, I am more than likely going to respond. So, you know, I did do that. So, Rashmi, respond, and I'll respond. There you go. Can you talk about the prison program? Yeah, who's coming to prison with me? All right. So I love to go to prison, and I've been going, as everyone knows, or hopefully a lot of you know, I've been going an average of 3 times a year for the past 3 years. I've taken over 100 entrepreneurs into a level 4 maximum security prison. You're not in there because of a speeding ticket, and I charge you $500 that you pay directly to the charity. I don't take it. I don't get anywhere near it. But it's a way of you changing the perspective and really evaluating how lucky you are. Okay. I went in there to self-serve me, my style, my reputation, because I thought it was cool. I'm going to prison, you know, no, changed my world within about half hour being in there. I even take Henry now, my son, probably as big as an advocate as I am. So we're waiting for COVID restrictions to lift everywhere. And then we'll get the program running up again. And I guarantee you, I will be taking people back into prison. So stay tuned. Make sure you're in my emails at stevedsims.com. Make sure you subscribe to the email, or you're part of my social network here, and I will actually be telling you about it. So, you know, I will be getting you involved in prison, and come to prison with me. If you're nervous on a Monday morning, giving your morning meeting, come to prison with me. You'll never be worried about that again. All right, so we got the dashingly slim Adam Raymer Brown. This guy came to my speakeasy pretty early on. I've been doing it for about 3 years now, and then just turned around and out of his own mind said, I'm out of weight, I'm out of condition, I'm overweight, so I'm going to hold an accountability page. And he shows his progress on this page. You want motivation? See someone has decided to change themselves because they wanted to. That's what Adam's done. So Adam, I applaud you for doing it. You're a dashingly good-looking man then. You're a better-looking man now. All right. So if anyone's single, hook up with Adam Raymer Brown. There you go. Free plug for you, man. Want to hire an admin position for my company to handle the billing, scheduling, other admin tasks? Go outsource. Go outsource until you don't need. That's the rule of thumb. Outsource until it's not good enough for you. Okay. So you should be able to on Fiverr, a number of companies, WeWork, you know, you connect with Henry. Henry's got a load of links on this kind of stuff, but outsource, find out what you want. Be prepared. You're going to waste dollars in the early stages because they won't be qualified enough for you, or you'll be finding out more of what you need. But the more accurate you can display what you need, the better you'll find the person for them. But outsource. Outsource. I outsource my CFO. I outsource my bookkeeper. I outsource as much as I can. I'm down to 3 permanent people. Okay. So yeah, outsource is the way to go. And again, rule of thumb, outsource until you can't afford not to. So bring them in-house then. Where's another one? But see you soon, Adam. With all the things you have done, what was the best gift you received from a client or someone? Are you asking me that because it's my birthday soon? Best gift. Jeepers. I am blessed. And this is going to sound really corny, and I don't care because I can't hear anyone laughing. The best gift I have received is when I see someone doing something different. I just gave you an example about Adam. Okay. I'm going to pick on Adam. Adam was a lot more of a shyer character when we first met him than he is the powerhouse that he is now. Seeing that change. That's my gift. Seeing when people work together, you know, that's my gift. Seeing when people have decided, hey, I don't need to do it like that just because I always have. It's time for me to do something different and take control of it, whether it be your pain, whether it be your progress. That's my gift. So, you know, I may sound like a, you know, conceited little prick or ego. I don't know what the word is. I don't care. But you know, that I can afford my own whiskey and bike parts. So, you know, I prefer it when people do something. Going to prison, when people are willing to challenge themselves, when people are willing to get uncomfortable and actually do things differently, that's the greatest gift I get. Right, so here we go. Extraordinary, shocking, or impactful. Which one resonates with me more? Impactful. Okay. I call my crowd creative disruptors. Okay. I like to see people that actually create impact on someone else. By doing X, it makes this work better. That's what I like to see. I like to see people disrupting. Robin Murphy actually just said, I know someone who helps you hire a virtual assistant. Okay. So maybe you should reach out to Adam and maybe he can help you there. All right. So Victor says he's got to go. Thank you very much for turning up. What do you think the secrets to building a strong brand is? John, I can tell you very easily, and for anyone that's in my Sims Distillery crowd, they're all shouting out the answer already. Stop it. That's the answer. How do you build a strong brand? Is by not branding. Be you. Show up as you. It's amazing how many people start a new company, and the first thing they start focusing on is how they look, the photographs, they're slimmer, they're younger, the copy is by a brilliant copywriter. That's not right. Branding is what people say about you when you've walked out of the room. Show up as you. There are people I guarantee, I know you may find it hard to believe, but guarantee hate me. There are people that I can guarantee love me. Maybe it's some of you folks, but I got no one sitting on the fence. I got no one that's undecided. I've branded me by, you're going to love this bit, by being me. Okay. John, I would tell you to emphasize who you are, what you stand for. You're going to piss people off and you're going to resonate and attract more people. But show up as you. I've always said, are you really good at branding or really good at branding you? Okay, so, you know, you really got to focus on which one you're focusing on. All right, so we got one here. When you put a speech together, I'm loving these. There's loads. We're not going to get through them all, but thank you very much for being so engaging. So engaging to challenge you, to change you. That's why I see these questions in here. When you put a speech together, best to zero in on a few points, question mark. Do you like anything you like? So I actually don't like or give speeches. I have a conversation with the attendees. Okay, and this is how it works. If anyone's ever seen my speeches, I'll have a presentation slide in the background and I'll say one word. Based on how the crowd in the room squirmed on their chair from the prior word will be what that word leads me into the conversation. But I have multiple conversations. Again, if the company is a sales convention and they want to talk about how to attract ultra high net worth clients, and I got in trouble for this once. I walked on stage, jumped off stage and started walking around the crowd going, what's your problem? You know, why don't you have it? And started answering them. I got in trouble because the camera was focused on the stage and they couldn't film me in the audience. And I got in trouble for it. Trouble is, it was the best one they ever had. And they brought me back the second year. So I focus on having a conversation. I don't want to be up on stage going, hey, I'm brilliant. I'm wonderful. I'm great. No one cares about that. No one cares about your brilliance until you can explain your brilliance in a way that can make them brilliant. So focus on the conversation you're going to have with the crowd and be prepared to change it as you go through. I've literally gone halfway through one of my presentations and gone, do you know the next few slides? We already answered that, you know, so I'm going to turn this off. Let's have a comment. And I've done that. So be prepared to communicate with the people in the room. All right. So that's what's always helped me on there. Got another one here. What books changed your life and why? Do you know, I was a late adopter to reading, and that'll piss off Jim Quick. Because I actually have Jim Quick's course now on how to learn how to read faster. But I was very slow to read. And it was only when COVID turned up that I actually started focusing more on reading. I loved, Ryan Holiday sent me his book, Trust Me, I'm Lying. God knows how many years ago, never even opened the damn thing. Jay Abraham sent me a crate of his genius. Never opened up that, but I started going through it. So bottom line of it, Ryan Dice, Ryan Holiday, Jay Abraham, Jim Quick, Ari Meisel. I loved Hook by Nair Aizal. I've had a whole bunch of great books come to me. 3 Feet from Gold, Greg Reed. So I've read a lot of really good books and they impact me because they change me. but I'm quick to shut a book down. If the book doesn't grab me within the first chapter or maybe chapter and a half, closed, move it over, get another one. I don't go through an entire book just for the sheer hell of it because I'm not wasting my time. All right. So be prepared to throw a book down quickly. Okay. You'll be surprised at what you're going to achieve from it. All right. So let's get another one. Okay. What is the secret of making things happen? Go for stupid. Now, I've already given a hint that that's my next book. But when someone wants something, go for how stupid you can make it, how ridiculous you can make it, and go for that. It's like saying, you want to be a millionaire, go for being a 10 millionaire. You may fail, but you'll hit your goal. So making things happen, first of all, is you've got to not say the word impossible. The second that comes into your vocabulary, it's a fact. Okay. So get rid of that word. It's like Voldemort. It's just a word that we can't say within our family. And then just go, okay, what needs to be done? And then action it. Stop thinking, start doing. If you want to get an audience with the Pope, speak to someone in Italy. Just start the little things first to go forward on it. All right, so let's get another one. Where's it? Oh God, this. What's this? You're so absolute groovy. All right, okay, I absolutely love that one. Appreciate that. I'm just trying to find out if there's a question. I'll leave that up there at the moment because that makes me feel good. Right. Oh, we've already had that one. Sorry. Just trying to go through some of these other questions. Okay, here you go. Biggest tip, there's a lot in here, so thank you very much. And keep putting them up there and I'll get to them. Biggest tip for getting your foot in the door anyway, for speaking interviews, it's different, okay? If you're interviewing someone, then you're the one that wins. So you've got to think about how it's a win for them. I think it was Gary Vee said that he's expensive until he has something to sell. So when he doesn't have a book, it's hard to get him. When he has a book coming out, you can interview him. It's like Matthew McConaughey the other day was absolutely everywhere because he had a book to sell. It's like all these actors and actresses, they come out when they're on a trailer to promote their new movie. Until they've got something to sell, you can't get anywhere near them, and then you can't bloody get rid of them. So if it's a podcast or an interview, then do they have something to sell will make it easy for you, and you are the distribution channel for it. For speaking engagements, again, as I spoke about earlier, find out what the crowd wants. What are you trying to do for the crowd? What the past years have created for you? What emotion are you trying to get the people to be triggered by when they think about your event in 2 years' time? And then reverse yourself into it and be prepared. You may not fit the bill. And if you fit the bill, you can turn around. And I've done this before. God, that's a great event. But you're looking for people that, adopt three-legged sheep. I'm not the best person for it, but I know someone who is. And then introduce them. You'll be surprised how many speaking events actually talk to each other and will get you on other stages. Also understand that people in the room are usually go to multiple events through a year and will recommend you. Another quick tidbit on speaking, there's always sponsors at speaking events like sales, mortgage, real estate, things like that. Go and thank them individually for helping put the event together by paying for the sponsorship. Okay, you'd be amazed at how many of those sponsors are looking at sponsoring another event and will drop your name. I have got a plethora, big word, I've been meaning to use that for a while now, of speaking gigs by people from sponsors. Have you heard this guy called Steve Sims? He did this at Todd Duncan. He did this at Stephen Marshall. He did this at Loan Depot, and they will talk about what I did because I took the time to go and say hello to them. All right. So do be prepared that you should go forward and actually thank the sponsors. It really, really works again. Okay, so here you go. Hey, Steve, this is Nelson again. Do you consider it challenging to establish the know, like, and trust factor with potential customers? No, because I don't. Okay. Most of you have heard this story before, but Nelson, I get the idea you're going through the front door. And that's not the best way to go because the security and receptionists are usually sitting there. So what you want to do is you want to get someone else to introduce you. If I walk into a bar and I walk up to you, Nelson, I go, hey, how you doing? My name's Steve Sims. I've worked with Elon Musk, Sir Elton John, and the Vatican. I'm a big deal. and I put my hand out. Now, I played this game with a lot of you, and you already know the answer. It's going to repel you. Well, that's the same as you going through the front door to establish the like, the know, and the trust factor. But if I get somebody else to go, hey, that guy over there, Steve Sims, he's worked with Elon Musk, Sir Elton John, and the Vatican. That guy's a big deal. All of a sudden, you want to deal with me now, and you will invite me into your circle. So if you want to get hold of someone, it's very easy. Look at who their friends are. Look at who their circle is. Doesn't take many of those circles to come down before you realize you're in one of those circles. Then start pedaling your way up and get someone to go, hey, have you heard of Nelson? He does these things. They're really, really cool stuff. You know, get him to introduce you. Okay. It's never the information, it's the source of the information. That's the focus. So screw the know, like, and trust. Get someone else to bring you into the party. That's what you've got to focus on. Yeah, great sponsors are great, you know, and even before you turn up at an event, you know, you can always on the flyer of the event see the sponsors. Reach out to those sponsors and go, hey, I hear you're sponsoring the event. I know how much sponsors are required to make an event good by committing to a sponsorship package. Thank you for being part of it. Some of those sponsors have actually turned around and gone, hang on a minute, we're doing a VIP event the night before. Do you want to come along to that cocktail reception? I've gone, well, actually, I'll be happy to. Seeing as I'm in the area, you won't have to pay the speaking fee or the thing. I'll charge you $5,000. I've gone to 3 events in an evening, and each one got $5,000. Okay, so that's something that I teach in speakeasies and stuff like that. How to actually pick up the fries. You know, do you want fries with that, sir? How to do the add-ons for a speaking gig. If you go to a speaking gig and you get paid to go to a speaking gig, and then you come home again, you're leaving money on the table. And I run through how you can actually do that and find that. Where's the best place to meet all these interesting people? Where they hide. You know, if you want to go and find fish, go where fish feed. If you want to meet rich people, go where rich people feed. You know, if you're trying to get hold of someone, Google their name and then straight away go over to images and look at where they hang out. You may see they hang out at a certain, you know, nightclub all the time, or a certain gala, or they've got horses because they're into equestrian. Find them, pinpoint accuracy, go for them, okay? This is not potluck. This is not a turkey shoot. If you want to get in front of someone, this has to be tactical precision. This has to be NSA shit, okay? What are they like? What do they talk about? How do they go out? Are they vegan? Are they vegetarian? Are they religious? Find out as much information as you can so that you can go up to someone and go, hey, how you doing? What's that drink? You know, oh, I drink it. Is that because you're a vegan? You know, just whatever, but go in with pinpoint accuracy whenever you do anything. Don't leave a good relationship to chance. It won't happen. All right, so that was that one there. I'm glad you're getting some good tips. We've got about another 12. We've got about another 6 or 7 minutes. How do you go from being supercharged or want it to relax and recharging your batteries? Okay, so everyone knows. And Jason Campbell would probably be able to answer this better for me. He was at one of our speakeasies. He's a really, really good guy. Jason talks about meditation. You know, we will all plug this in. My computer's plugged in. My light ring's plugged in. So when do I get plugged in? A lot of people think, oh, well, it's sleep. No, your mind's really huge and you're only using a little bit. Some of you, strangely, very little. But what I do is I take myself out of my environment and engage my mentality into a different area. That could be going to prison. It could be riding the motorbike. It could be taking my wife for breakfast. But stop thinking about what you're thinking on and get out. You know, like when you go to the gym and you have a good workout and you stop thinking about your work. Now you've just spent an hour beating the shit up out of yourself. You're red, all your blood's rushed to your head. You're tired, you're exhausted. But you step out of that gym and you're recharged. And do you know the funny thing is? Everything you were panicking about or thinking about suddenly line up in priority. You haven't got an influx of shit that, oh my God, I've got a busy day. Doesn't happen, does it? So try to get yourself out of your state. Meditation doesn't always have to be cross-legged around a campfire singing Kumbaya. It can be a way of just taking yourself out of that moment. Jason Campbell taught me this. Take yourself out of that moment, okay? Leave everything else away, focus on this, and then come back in. But it's very important you do that. It's vitally important. It was probably the greatest gift I gave to myself, to design my work week. Now, how many people work Monday to Friday and then relax on the weekend? We don't. We end up still working on the Sunday. So do something fun on the Tuesday. Do something fun on the Thursday. Okay, I'm off next Monday. Motorcycle racing with the caddy. Okay, why? Because it's going to scare the shit out of me, and I sure as crap won't be thinking about anything. But when I get off the bike and I'm driving home, I'll be recharged, refreshed, proud that I got to do something I liked, and I'll be more invigorated when I'm working with my clients. So just get out your own way for a while. All right, so we got one here. I randomly see Richard Branson across the street. Do I come up and try to strike a conversation as I may never see him again? You've already answered that. If you want to have a conversation with him, walk up to him and go, hey, sorry for interrupting your space, but I had to come over and say hello. My name is so-and-so. It's a pleasure to meet you. Never miss out on an opportunity if the opportunity is important to you. Okay, he may just go, oh, great, get a selfie, and he's pissed off. If that's all you want, great. If you want a meaningful conversation, go, hey, now's not the right time for us to have a conversation, but how can I talk with you further? So just line it up and position it. But don't, if you see someone, don't stand there petrified going, oh my God, I'd really like to go and talk to him. Stop thinking and start doing. Cross the road and actually have a chat with him. All right. Kieran, that was amazing. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. Again, I put that up because I like comments and compliments. It helps my low ego, because I have a confidence problem. All right, so I'm a customer service fanatic. Anything you've done from a service standpoint with clients, never give a client what they asked for. Never, okay? That becomes a transaction. If a client wants a book from you, give them a book, but sign it and maybe put a postcard in it, okay? If someone wants you to do a service for them, do it for them and then give them half-hour free training afterwards or something like that. Always give people more than what they asked and paid for, okay? That builds up a relationship and we'll just have people coming back to you time and time again. But I'm telling you now, whatever you do in your business, never give a client what they ask for. Give them a bit more, okay? That's where it's going to go there. Courtney Buford here. I love it when Courtney says nice things about me, but that seems to be as nice as he can say. So I'll take it that what he's secretly trying to say is that he loves me. So we'll leave it at that one. All right. So, but that's enough airtime for Courtney there. All right. So we're actually like about 3 minutes away from the actual event, from us finishing. I hope this has helped you. Again, I urge you to do things differently. I wanted to do something a little bit different today, and I wanted to spread the AMA with me out there a bit more. As I say, we do these shallow plug. We do this for all simsdistillery.com members and Speakeasy members within the Speakeasy Facebook group twice a month. You tell me what your problem is, and I actually bring in an expert to actually help you. So if you want to have these more regular, then join simsdistillery.com or join up in one of our speakeasies. Our next one is in San Diego in a couple of weeks' time. It's sold out. A bunch of the creative misfits on this are actually coming to it. So I'm really looking forward to it. I'm also a bit scared. But someone said to me the other day that, shouldn't you kind of like stop getting so scared? When you're scared, nervous, apprehensive, before you go on stage, before you jump on a motorbike, before you jump in a ring, I don't think that's a bad thing. I like to be aware. Plus the fact when you're nervous, all of your senses are alive. So I will tell you quite openly, I'm scared, nervous, apprehensive, and excited about going to the speakeasy. And I don't ever want to lose that. When I do lose it, I think that'll be the last speakeasy I ever do. And then Adam Raymer Brown can take over as the host. But that's what we're going to go through there. All right, so someone, I don't even know who this is, but again, I'll give it because Courtney, again, has a very shallow opinion of himself. Give Courtney a break. What are we going to do now? Free Courtney. To hell with Britney Spears now. It's the Free Courtney banner act. There'll be a march out there soon. All right, folks, that's it. I've enjoyed my time with you. I hope I can challenge you within what we were chatting about to do something different. I hope you realize that most of your problems are actually you, and you need to therefore change you to be able to change the outcome. And I look forward to crossing paths with you at an event, at a virtual event, at a bar, wherever. For now, peace out. Do something great, do something different, and do something with impact. Bye.